I wake up in a large, unfamiliar bedroom. I try to move and realize I am not alone. There is an elderly man lying beside me, completely still. Hi, I am Lucy. This is my story. Everything that led me here started a few months ago. I was living a routine that barely kept me afloat. During the day, I worked as a copier in a downtown office. In the evenings, I waited tables at a restaurant. The work was exhausting, but it paid just enough for rent and basic expenses. I shared an apartment with my sister and her partner, and money was always a problem. Every month felt like a calculation I could barely solve. One night after work, I met a friend at a bar. We went to the bathroom together where we took drugs to get through the night. Back at the bar, we introduced ourselves to two middle-aged men sitting on the other side of the room. It felt casual and meaningless. We flipped a coin to decide who would go home with whom. I lost and spent the night with one of the men. There was nothing memorable about it. It was just another way to pass time. The next morning, I returned home and found my sister and her partner having breakfast. Her partner reminded me that rent was due. I gave him an envelope with my share. Before leaving, he told me it was my turn to clean the bathroom. I did it without argument. After finishing my chores, I went to visit Birdman. Birdman lived alone in a small apartment. He was an alcoholic and relied on medication. He was attracted to me, but I did not return his feelings. Still, I liked being around him. When I visited, I laughed more than I did anywhere else. We had an old joke where he would ask me to marry him and I would always say no. It never went further than that. I took care of Birdman as a part-time job. I made sure he ate, took his medication, and did not drink too much, although that last part was becoming harder. His addiction was getting worse, and I needed more money. I decided to look for another job. One day, I saw an advertisement in the newspaper for a modeling job. The pay was more than twice what I usually earned. I immediately went to a nearby phone booth and called the number. I was invited to an interview and went without hesitation. At the interview, I met a middle-aged woman named Clara. She ran a company that combined modeling and catering services for private parties, mostly attended by men. The idea sounded like upscale waitressing. Clara asked me personal questions, and I answered honestly. Her calm and controlled manner made me feel at ease. She assured me that clients were not allowed to touch the women sexually. I agreed to try the job. Before I left, Clara asked me to undress so she could check for scars, burns, or tattoos. Her assistant helped examine me. They found nothing that disqualified me. Clara told me I was hired and explained that I would use the name Sarah for anonymity. The pay was $250 per hour. For the first time, my financial problems felt manageable. The next day, I went to a spa and prepared myself for the job. I had my entire body waxed. Over the following days, Clara trained me on how to serve properly. I practiced at Birdman's apartment while cooking for him. When the first event came, I was told to meet a driver in a dark alley. He drove me to a large suburban house. Inside, the manager instructed me to change into lingerie and do my makeup. She checked my appearance and helped apply lipstick. I was left wearing white lingerie while the other women wore black and more revealing outfits. It was clear my role was different. We stood at the head of a dining table as guests arrived. The guests were mostly men, all at least 60 years old, and one older woman. Dinner lasted for hours. I served wine while the others served food. Eventually, the manager told me I could leave early and handed me my payment. At home, I counted the money and realized I had more than enough to cover my expenses. I burned one of my bills. It felt like proof that my situation had changed. I stopped caring about my other jobs. I quit taking the bus and started spending more freely. When my sister's boyfriend eventually asked me to leave, I rented a large apartment with floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the city. Later, Clara's assistant called me about a higher-paying job. I went with the driver to Clara's country mansion. As I arrived, I saw another young woman being dragged out by security and placed into a car. We made brief eye contact. I did not think much about it at the time. Inside, Clara told me to shower and then meet her in the sitting room. She prepared tea while I sat beside her wearing a robe. She explained the new job. I would drink a special tea that would sedate me. I would sleep naked in a room while a client stayed with me. They were allowed to caress me and cuddle me, but nothing else. I agreed, because the pay was high. That night, I drank the tea and was led to the bedroom. While I slept, Clara brought a client into the room. The next day, I received a call from Birdman. He had overdosed. I went to his apartment and found him in bed. At his request, I took off my shirt and lay beside him. He died while I was holding him. I felt sad. At his funeral, I saw my ex-boyfriend. I jokingly asked him if he would marry me, repeating the joke I once shared with Birdman. He took it seriously and refused, listing my personal problems as his reasons. I continued working for Clara. Over time, the clients became rougher. One burned the back of my ear with a cigarette. When I woke up and felt the pain, I started wondering what happened while I was asleep. My curiosity grew. I bought a hidden camera. By then, I had already lost my copier job for skipping work. I kept my restaurant job but missed shifts. One night, out of boredom, I worked a shift and went out drinking with a coworker. We spent the night together. The next morning, Clara's assistant called. Hangover, I rushed to get ready and brought the hidden camera. During the drive, I asked the driver to stop so I could vomit. When I arrived, Clara asked if I was okay. I said yes. This time, I would sleep through the night for triple pay. While Clara prepared the tea, I asked what happened while I slept. She refused to tell me, saying her clients were powerful men and their privacy mattered. I drank the tea, I pretended to sleep, then hid the camera in the room before returning to bed. Later, Clara brought a client into the room and gave him stronger tea than usual. The next morning, the client was dead. I had overdosed too, but Clara revived me. I woke up screaming.